Bringing my favorite cousin on my mama's side to the Fee King Show is my cousin Rosetta. We are running and raising the awareness. We are running and raising the vibration and funds for Rosetta's cause, which is sarcoidosis. And this is the final push of this run and raise campaign. I am doing the running. She and I are doing the raising together, and we need your support. I wanted to bring Rosetta onto the show today so that you could see who she is, learn more about what she does and her why, and how all of us can rally around our sister and help support her in her effort. And we're claiming success over this, in her effort to claim victory over sarcoidosis so that she can simply improve her life condition. And so without further ado, let's bring Rosetta on to the Fee King Show. Claps, 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 claps. Fingers, fingers. Rosetta,
Hello.
welcome to Hello. How you feeling this morning, this afternoon, this
Um,
evening?
uh, it's a rough start, but I'm here, so can't complain.
I appreciate your transparency because oftentimes we default to, oh, I'm good. Oh, it's fine, great. And that's not the truth, and it doesn't have to be, and it's okay. You look
Yes,
beautiful.
yes. Oh, thank you. Okay,
I,
with no makeup or face beat, but thank you.
Yeah, you do. Like I love. 'Cause I'm so used to seeing you with deep color on your lips, and our lip color is similar, but it's a nice shine. I like it.
Yeah, I just put on a little lip gloss today. That's all I had the strength for.
I'm turning the heat off because I feel a flash coming on, and I'm like,
Oh
whoo,
yeah,
whoo, it's a real
I got
thing.
the fan running. I know those.
Girl, I need to get more fans. I will get more fans. So Rosetta, we started this campaign 34 days ago. It was April 1st through April 30th, and we decided to extend it because,
Yeah.
uh-oh, are you frozen? Hello, hello, I think you're frozen. Continue. Okay,
Okay.
we started this movement and mission over, I guess, 37, 38 days ago, and now we're in the final leg today and tomorrow, Sunday and Monday. We're going to close the GoFundMe campaign tomorrow evening. And so I personally feel like we haven't reached the amount of people that is possible. And so I wanted people to see who you are, what you look like, what and get from your own mouth your experience and what you're dealing with day to day and how people can support you because I may have an idea of how you can be supported, but maybe maybe I'm off. Maybe obviously you know better than anyone. So can you introduce yourselves to us and just speak freely who you are, what you do, and
Yes.
how this has impacted you? And also, many of us don't know what sarcoidosis is.
Alrighty, I will explain the best possible way I can. I'm Rosetta. Excuse me. And if I breathe like that, that's just part of the disease. So I apologize for that. But sarcoidosis is an autoimmune disease. No one knows how anyone gets it. There's no cure for it. It can affect any organ in your body. Some people it affects, some people can live with it, don't have any issue at all. And I was doing that for many, many years. I was diagnosed when I was 23, 24 years old. And the way that you're diagnosed is you have to have a biopsy of whatever part of your body is, having issues. And mine happened to be my skin at that time. So I had a biopsy of my face. And I was told I had sarcoidosis, and that was it. It wasn't affecting me. So I really didn't look into what it was. And I just went on about life. The first time I really start thinking about it was when Bernie Mac, I heard he had it. And I was like, oh, shortly before he passed.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really look into it too much, but I knew that it affected your organs. And my breathing is what's affecting my lungs. That's what it's affecting. And that's mostly I would say percentage wise, that's what most people deal with is the lung issue.
Yeah, I can hear it. I can hear it when we speak on the phone.
Yeah.
And we don't get an opportunity to speak face to face as often as I think we will going forward. And so I can definitely hear it. Can I ask you a question? I want to back up a little bit because you
Yes.
said when you got diagnosed, you had a biopsy of your skin. So it was affecting your skin at that time. Is that correct? Or something caused you to get a test or to go to the doctor and say
Yeah.
something's going on with my skin.
It was just a normal doctor's visit. And
Oh.
because I have eczema, I suffered from eczema. And at the doctor's visit, I guess I had my face, it looked like it looks like rosacea, if people are familiar with that on my face. It was just real red on my cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctor asked me, did I have rosacea? And I told her not that I know of. And she asked me, could she just do a biopsy to, check some things out.
Right.
And it was like a little, she numbed me and it was like a little cookie cutter. And she took a chunk out of my cheek, stitched it up. And a week later, that's when I got the result. And she didn't go into what it was or anything like that. So I had no idea what it was. I was just like, okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think that's an issue. You know, when people
Yeah.
give you these diagnoses, especially as a young age, and don't give you any additional information, there's no follow up. Just you have this thing and go on about your day. And so now we're what 20 something years later, and tell me what's going on with you with it now, with the sarcoidosis now.
Um, it's just it's called granulomas. I guess you could say people holes in my lungs, basically,
Okay.
making it hard for me to breathe. It restricts my breathing. And mine is actually turned to what's called pulmonary fibrosis.
Mm,
So
pulmonary fibrosis. Okay.
yeah. And the closest I can get, I guess you could get to that would be um it's called ILD. Um I can't pronounce the word, but it's a lung disease, pulmonary fibrosis, same thing.
Okay.
And it just makes it hard to breathe.
Right.
Because it's restricting oxygen getting in blood, and it also affects my heart.
And
Because
tell
I
us
learned
about
that
that.
my heart is working overtime,
Mm,
trying to pump the blood and get oxygen to the point that the right side of my heart is enlarged. And I can tell that I'm just getting weaker. I can tell. And I've been to different doctors who sadly they don't understand the disease,
mm-hmm.
and they want to treat other things and see if that works. I guess you could say like asthma or COPD. I don't have that. I know for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
So, and medicine has made it worse for me, like prescription medicine. Because in 2020, I developed a pulmonary embolism in
Okay.
my lungs, and the medicine that I was on to um, decrease or get rid of that
Mm-hmm.
stirred up my sarcoidosis
Mm.
to the point where it's gotten, over the last couple of years, it's really gotten bad. So that's why I said I don't want to take prescription medicine.
Including inhalers. Well, how do you feel about
Exactly.
inhalers?
Inhalers don't work. Inhalers feels like a day or two after I use an inhaler, feels like I'm suffocating even more.
Oh.
And I can't, it's like I'm so congested, and not being able to breathe to begin with is rough. But on top of that, when you're congested, it's the worst.
Yeah.
It's like it's too much. And I'm not used to this. I don't want to get used to this, but
Mm-hmm.
this has just been my life the last year, I'll say. And I can tell it's getting worse over monthly. So that's why I said I wanted to try the natural holistic way to try and get some relief or make this go into remission, because it can go into remission. And
That was going to be my next question. While they're telling you there is no cure, people can live a whatever normal means to any of us, but you can live with it. Is that correct? If you can get it under control or in remission.
yeah, depending on how far it's progressed, because the stage that I'm at now, I know I've been told people don't live in like 1 to 5 years life expectancy, because when you reach the point of pulmonary fibrosis, that's like the last stage of it. So it's like, okay, but my faith is strong. So I don't, I mean, I listen, but I don't listen. It's like, I'm not going to put a number on how long I'm going to be here.
Right.
But yeah, but it's like, there's not enough treatment for this at all, because the doctors that I've gone to, they don't listen, first of all, because I know my body and what's going on with me.
Mm-hmm.
They want to treat me or guess that it's this or guess, treat other things besides what I'm telling them it is.
Right.
And that's frustrating, going to the doctor. And I'm sound worse than this because I've walked to the doctor and into the office and I can't breathe, and
Mm-hmm.
they don't address that. I don't get any medication, nothing. They just want me to answer questions and write me a prescription.
That's got to be, I mean, the thought of not being able to breathe, it's 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 something that I think we all take for granted, because not all,
Oh,
but
yeah.
people who don't have this condition or other lung or pulmonary conditions, they don't take it for granted, but other people do, because you wake up and you're just breathing, you go about
Oh,
your
I
day.
was one of those people because I never, and even though I knew I had it,
Mm-hmm.
since the symptoms never affected me
Yeah.
to this point, I took that for granted. Like, because when I lived in Florida, I went walking every single day, in the
which
morning, at night. I walked wherever I could walk and
which is
loved it.
Yeah, and that's amazing that you were able to walk in that oppressive heat, because it's a very heavy heat, and just and
It
you
didn't
know.
bother me at all. Yeah, I loved it.
So what do you think? What do you think the solution is?
See, I mean, I don't know, but I'm trying to figure it out. It's like I'm just trying different. I have a wellness coach, Vicky Brown, and she's been, giving me different teas, like herbal teas and things like that, to use, essential oils.
Mm-hmm.
And they do help. I will say they do help a great
She's
deal.
amazing. Yeah.
She is. So she's like working with me to try and find something to give me some relief or to help.
Okay.
But I'm trying to find, and the last doctor that I went to was a pulmonologist specialist,
Okay.
but he didn't want to listen to, like, my feeling is we're working together. You
Right.
should
Yeah.
listen to me because I'm the patient. No, he didn't want to do that. He wants me to try things that I've tried that I told him didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And over again, it's like, no, but you can try one more time. I don't have time to waste to keep,
Right.
trying. And I explained that to him. This is life or death for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been to, and my appointments are once a month. And I'm not getting any relief. I'm just going, repeat myself.
Paying more
He's
money.
exactly,
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
And he's writing me prescriptions that I'm telling him I'm not going to take, because I've tried that medicine before, and that's why I'm in this position.
Right.
He says, we can try it one more time. No, so I fired him.
You fired
And
him.
I told him, yeah, I won't be coming back because I'm not being listened to, and I need to do something because ooh, this is too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't keep going on like this.
Hmm.
Seriously, it's too
One
much.
would think that they would simply pull your medical records and they can see everything that you've been taking over the course of many years.
Yeah, since I was in Florida,
Yeah.
and I was there for, I think in 2016 is when I got checked for this in Florida because I had like an episode. I think I was talking to you on the phone one night when I was walking,
Hmm.
and all of a sudden I couldn't catch my breath.
Yeah.
And that had never happened, and it scared me. It felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest.
I can't.
And I had to hurry up and get home and like sit because I was having a panic attack, or it just, yeah. And that was the first time I went to the doctor in Florida. And she told me that I was having that my it was coming out of remission at that time.
Okay.
And even though they don't know what causes it, I've been reading up on it, and they think it's environmental.
Hmm.
It could be mold, it can be allergy, it could be a lot of things.
Right.
And that doctor at that time, she gave me a breathing treatment. I think it was prednisone.
Ugh. Steroid.
And yeah, and that, I mean, it worked, while I was doing it.
Hmm.
But after the fact, it was like I just had a massive headache for days, and I just wasn't feeling good. And she told me that's probably a side effect. I don't want to deal with side effects
Right.
while dealing with this. So, and even in Nebraska, I went through the same thing, back and forth to emergency. They gave me prednisone breathing treatment. I told them I can't do that. Well, that's their only solution.
Yeah.
I've been through the stress tests, I've been through the medications, and this
Have
is the
they
worst it's ever been.
have they given you an EKG?
I've had CT scans, EKGs, CAT scans. I've had everything, X-ray, everything under the sun. And they're aware. They always ask me, do you know you have spots on your lungs? Well, I told you that from the get-go. So it's
Right.
like, yes, I'm aware of that. But nobody ever addresses the breathing. I've been to emergency a few times here
I know.
because I couldn't breathe. They don't address that. They address everything else. Like, well, what else is going on with you? And I'm like, I can't breathe. Like, and they just say, well, just sit and, relax and just stay calm. And
Have
that
they,
just
I'm sorry.
pisses me off.
Have they ever even given you oxygen, like an oxygen treatment?
Not once, not
Because
once.
I'm not a doctor, I'm not in the medical field, obviously, but that seems like the natural step is to, if you can't breathe, to give this woman some oxygen,
Yes,
at least while you're there. And then I know that there are different um,
yeah,
mobile or at home oxygen treatments because without breath, there's no life.
exactly.
And there's
And
no,
I'm sorry, go
no,
ahead.
no, go ahead. This last,
Well, my last appointment that I went to was on the 3rd, yeah, this past Tuesday. And I was having a stress test. And a stress test involves me walking up and down a hall for like 6 minutes. Well, when I got there, they took me getting, first of all, getting into the doctor's office, it was quite a walk.
hmm,
So by the time I got there, I couldn't really talk.
yeah,
And I just told her, put my hand up and said, just,
hmm,
you know. And this girl is just looking at me, and she is like, are you ready? She's like, are you going to be ready for your stress test? And she said, we're going to start off with the 6 minute walk. I still couldn't talk at this point. And so about 10 minutes later, I told her, I can't do that. I was like, did you not see how I was when I came in here? That's me walking from the front of the hospital all the way down these corridors to get on the elevator to get up here.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it took me, but I told her I can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had me doing this breathing test. And I spent 30 minutes doing that because they want you to inhale, then blow out as hard as you can.
Mm-hmm.
I can't breathe. So it's like, well, we need you to do that again and just keep breathing or breathing as hard as you possibly can to the point where I just told them I'm done
Yeah.
because nobody's listening.
Nobody's listening. Yeah, I'm getting that from conversations that you and I've had, but having this time together. Rosetta, I want so as we're having this conversation, I'm thinking, I think, and you tell me what you think about this, because this just hit me in this moment, is in addition to raising funds so that you can seek holistic help versus this all of the what I think the holistic and maybe the Ayurvedic and the Western medicine can work together, but obviously you're not getting the results from the Western medicine. Am I right?
Correct. Now, and I'm not saying that all doctors don't know anything about it. I just haven't found the one yet. So
Right.
I'm still, looking for that one who's and it could be me because with me not being able to talk, because talking to it takes a lot out of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I get to the point where I'll just shut down because I'm just exhausted that I'm not excuse me. Sorry about that. That I'm not relaying what I need for them to understand.
Yes.
So I said what I'm going to do. And I've been researching, looking for different doctors, and I've even reached out to the Sarcoidosis Foundation for them to help find someone in my area with the specifics that I'm looking for.
Yes.
And I'm just going to write a note to take with me to let them know this is clear and precise. This is what I'm looking for, what I need. And if they can't give me that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to waste their time and I'm not going to let them waste any more of mine.
Right.
Because honestly, the way that I feel, I can't keep going like this even for another 6 months.
Mm-hmm. No, I
Like,
agree.
yeah,
I
because
well, mm-hmm. Because
I just can't. And I was just thinking the other day, I was like, let's see, this is major. My birthday's in like a couple of months, and I don't even feel like I'm gonna be here then.
no, don't say that. We're not going to
No,
claim that.
no,
I
no, I'm not claiming it. I'm a realist, and dealing with this,
Mhm.
whew, it is a lot. And
Yeah.
I told you this is the most.
Mm. I know. I mean, I don't know, but I can imagine. So while we're having this conversation, I'm thinking that we should solicit the media's help, because it's like sometimes when people can't get the, a solution, it's in every area, whether you have a missing loved one or a crime has been committed, you can't get the police to do their work until the media gets involved. And that just puts things it sheds a bigger light on it, because there's got to
Yeah,
be someone out there, Rosetta, in the medical community who's more familiar with this. I did
yeah,
read that African Americans are diagnosed with sarcoidosis at a higher rate, and African American women are diagnosed
yeah.
with this at a higher rate, and the level of care is imbalanced, which we
Hmm.
all know that. But so So how do you think people can help? People
Uh,
that I don't know, you don't know, but how can we rally around you and help?
um, I mean, donate, that would be great because I am going to do the holistic, if I have to pay out of my pocket or whatever, God will make a way, I say.
Because you're
So
still you're working, right? You're
oh
working
yeah, I
full
still
time.
work and thank God I have the ability to work from home, but that's challenging. And thank goodness my boss, she because and I'm like a private person. I don't tell all my business and do all that and take it to work. I go to work, do my job, and very well at it.
Hmm.
Kudos to me. So,
Yes.
but no, I just recently had to share with my boss what's going on because she would ask, "Are you okay?" Or could you sound like you're having a hard time breathing, or
Yeah.
like you're struggling? Is there, what's going on? And she used to ask me that for months, and I just finally told her because it's getting to be too much to the
Hmm.
point where I have been told I need to stop working, go on disability,
Yeah.
but I don't want to give in to that. I'm
Hmm.
like, in my mind, I'm not there yet, and I could still do what I need to do, but I don't know how much longer that's going to last because,
Yeah.
like I said, it's getting to the point where I don't want to even talk unless I have to
Hmm.
because it just takes so much freaking energy out of me.
Yeah.
And I'm hoarse all the time. This isn't my real voice. And people that know me, you know me my whole life, I love to talk.
Oh
Lord
yeah.
have mercy.
Ooh. Ooh.
Now that's not that has changed. Okay, calm down. But it's like I can't do that anymore. Like my niece calls me sometimes I can't even answer the phone because I don't want her to hear how I sound.
Hmm.
But little kids, they don't know. They just say, "Well, what's wrong?" And I don't want to have to go through all that. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, and I just and pray. I mean, thank you to pray for me, please.
Yeah.
If you're praying, people, I'll take prayers over anything because
I,
I'm determined to beat this.
yes.
But whew, challenging. This is the most challenging thing I've ever dealt with in my life, and I've been through some challenges, but
Yes, you have more so than any person I've ever met. And I've met a
it's
lot of people.
yeah,
I believe so. What I would like for my followers and friends and family to do is to share this, to donate first, and to share this video. And if they know anyone in the media outlet, especially in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, Alpharetta, all those other cities in Atlanta or in Georgia, all those other cities in Georgia,
caters,
Decatur.
yes, Stone Mountain, India, anyway. And I'm gonna be doing a lot of my own research because I said today that's what I'm going to do
And
is get on here.
while you don't want to give in to disability, I think there's another way to frame that. I think that there's an opportunity for you to focus 100% of your day and your time and your energy on your health. And so, if disability is that solution, because I think all the talking that you do, you're in customer service, you talk 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, that's a lot. And so
Yeah,
if there's a way that disability can offset your income, then I think it would behoove you to be open to that, because this job might be adding even more stress to you being able to recover from with this sarcoidosis. I don't know if recover is the right word, but just to have some relief, because
yeah,
you talk a lot. And so then there doesn't leave much time for you to spend on a social life. And so that is my prayer and my hope. And so I'm going to do my part. I ran this morning, and I'm going to run tomorrow, and I'm going to share this video, and I'm going to ask that every single person that sees this video to please not ignore it, to please, if nothing else, if you're not able to share or to donate, whatever you can. I mean, $1. Imagine if, I think I have a culmination of 28,000 followers between Facebook and Instagram. If 10,000 of the 28,000 plus followers that I have would donate $2, what is that? 10,000 times 2, is that 20,000?
Yes, good girl.
You know, I mean, I imagine that we could actually raise that kind of money in a matter of 48 hours. That is possible. People, I remember Bob Proctor, who is, Rosetta and I are fans and followers of Bob Proctor. God rest his soul. He just passed a few months ago. And
Hmm.
we are proponents of his work, his messaging. Bob Proctor
Yes.
shared a story in his book, You Are Born Rich, where there was a radio station in Canada and they wanted to raise monies for a nonprofit. I don't know the, I don't recall the specifics, but basically they all got in a room and they just threw ideas on a piece of paper, chalkboard.
Hmm.
And someone said, let's raise $3 million. And people were like, ooh, it's a lot of money. And it's like, no, it's really not. There is no lot of money. There's just money. Let's raise $3 million. So not only did they raise $3 million, they did it in 3 days.
Wow.
So what they did though is they got all of the radio affiliates involved. So it went from this radio station, Bob Proctor, these people in this one room, to making phone calls, emails, texts, asking the other radio stations to get on board and just share it, just share it, just share it. So they shared it with however many radio stations that they were sister to, and they raised $3 million in 3 days. So I
Mhm.
believe that we can raise 10,000 plus in 48 hours. We all get
From
to
your
believe that
lips
that
to
is possible.
God's ears.
Yeah, we all get to believe that that is possible. I'm going to do my part. And Rosetta, how can people connect with you?
Um, I mean, I have a Facebook. It's my name, Rosetta Bonner.
Can you spell it for us, please?
Yes, Rosetta, B as in boy, Onner.
Okay. And then I know
And
you're on Instagram.
yeah, my Instagram. So sad I don't know the Instagram name. Hold on.
Okay, I can look it up if you. I'm here on my
Yes,
phone.
please do because I'm not really.
Yep, I got you. Alrighty. So on Instagram, she is Rosetta, Rosetta 7961. I'm also going to type that in the on the video, the editing part. So Rosetta, the last question is when you close your eyes and you image on the screen of your mind, which you know is very much so Bob Proctor, how do you see your life going forward? When you image the kind of life that you want to live for, the rest of your days, what does that look like?
Hmm, that's a great question. What do I image my life going forward?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, and I'm going to be 100% honest. When I do close my eyes and I see my life going forward, and I'm not a public speaking person, like getting up in front of a crowd or anything, but that's what I see myself doing, like overcoming this and being able to share my testimony, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Woo. And I have seen that for you so many times. And I want that for you so much. I really do because your story is so powerful. And this is just a tiny segment. Your story is so
Yeah.
powerful because you have weathered it and you have survived it. You have survived things that I can't even imagine. I don't know that I have the strength to. And She's my first cousin. You're my first cousin. And I think I know more about your life than most people, maybe anyone outside of you. And I just know that there are some people, not just women, but there's some people in this world who are so close to giving up. And if they heard your story and what you've done to still be here, they would instantly, like, oh my God, I still want to live.
Yeah,
And so
yeah,
I lovingly encourage you to keep that image on the screen of your mind. Keep that image and keep fighting. Keep fighting. And I'm going to fight with you. And there are people out there, thank you so much to you who have already donated. And we
yes.
need people to share more. We need you to share. We need you to share. I'm asking and lovingly encourage you to share today. So I'm going to tell you I love you. And
Love you more.
probably not, but I'll take it. Lastly, this is the last. Okay, what is your fondest memory of our childhood together in Omaha, Nebraska?
Oh my God. You know what? Our fondest memory, and you probably don't even remember this, but I do. I remember it like it was yesterday. Because, we used to live where I lived on 36th Street, across, right up the street from North High.
And I lived on 33rd, right down the street from North High.
And I don't know how old we were, but we were young. We weren't even in high school. This is when we were young. And we were just walking, and we just made each other a promise that we were always going to be best friends, because the relationship that our mothers who are sisters had. And we used to say, we are not going to be we are not going to be like this when we grow up and we get up. We're going to be best friends forever. And we've stuck to that
Right.
regardless. I mean, not to say we haven't been mad at each other or had words, but
Yeah.
we've never let that like keep us apart.
Oh my God.
So, and I think you're the only person in my entire life you're the longest relationship I've ever had. Like, I don't know what that says, but
that's that's
that's
amazing.
like, yeah, but that's my fondest memory. And when I think about it, I just smile. I'm like, because you've always been the same.
Oh God.
Like,
I hope not.
no, I mean, you've evolved and gotten better, but I mean, I know you. I know your heart, regardless of what anybody else says or how.
Yeah.
So it's like, I just know you inside out. You know me inside and out. And, so
Listen, you know what's
yeah.
amazing is that I don't remember that moment. However, it makes sense because, like, I've been rooting for you for so long because, I was there
Yeah.
and I've moved around a lot, obviously. And even in all of the moving different parts of the country, we've never lost a beat.
Oh,
Sometimes people move away and this was before social media. Like
yes.
before social media, we never missed a beat. And my most fondest memory of us, there are a couple, but the one is when you started going to the same junior high that I was going to, Bryan Junior High.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I just remembered feeling safe because in my mind you could fight because you had a lot of mouth and you just well, because you beat me up. I have the scar to prove it, y'all. She pushed me.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh yeah, my cousin go here. So because I had a lot of mouth and was always in a fight, I always felt like Rosetta's here now. I'm not gonna get beat up again.
Oh
Yeah,
goodness.
I felt very safe.
Oh, I'm glad I
Thank
could
you.
do that for you. You're welcome, Boo.
Oh, I love
I
you
would. Oh, I love you too. I
so
do.
much, and we're gonna do
Oh,
this. I'm gonna edit the video, and that's gonna take me some time. I'm gonna just do this real quick.